What's up, guys? Trail here, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your third stimulus check update and stimulus package update for today, January the 22nd. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier today, the House Speaker announced that they will be sending over the impeachment documents on Donald Trump to be delivered on Monday, which is slowly gaining a lot of support from Republicans, surprisingly. The effort to enforce the vaccine shot is growing much faster. Some companies are actually wanting to mandate that all employees be vaccinated. And then some companies are actually offering an increased cash bonuses to get the vaccine. And also we have President Biden continues to implement new actions that will boost the economy and save Americans from the effects of the pandemic. Those are just some of the topics that we're going to cover today. If this is your first time to the channel, hey, welcome and glad to have you. On this channel, we talk about finance, real estate, credit cards, and stimulus update news. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit the like button for me if you enjoy this type of content. It doesn't cost you a single dime for me to bring this information to you, and all I ask is just a simple press of the like button, as it really helps out the channel. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. What's up, everyone, and we are almost at the end of the week with some positive news coming out from the White House regarding the fight against the virus and more stimulus relief aid to help us get through these economic times. President Biden said earlier today that we have to act now. We have a moral obligation to provide economic relief. Joe Biden emphasized the urgent need to pass another stimulus package relief bill while describing it as economic imperative. Biden said, "We cannot and will not let people go hungry. We cannot watch people lose their jobs. We have to act." Y'all know Biden has a heart. He cares about the American people. Would you agree? Now, Biden is expected to sign another executive order that will expand the food stamps program in the United States and to provide more workplace protections for Americans worried about risking their health for a paycheck. Let's just hope he doesn't implement something that would allow people to just stay at home and don't go to work and still receive a paycheck from the government. I'm just not for that, guys. Unless you have some form of special immune system, that may be a little bit different. So, another day of the president making actions to fight the virus, help people in need of food insecurities, as well as the push for more stimulus relief aid for the American people. Right now, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package is still on the table, but it's still unclear whether both chambers will agree on such a package. Hopefully, we will know more next week on the third stimulus package and if these stimulus checks will be either $1,400 or $2,000. I will keep you guys in the know when I know, okay? Also, just a quick note, I wanted to mention, it really appears that all the people in Biden's administration really represent America. He has hired Latinos, Caucasians, African Americans, and so on. Every flavor that you can imagine seems to be on Biden's team. I know I love to see this. It's a good representation of this great country. Earlier today, Biden confirmed Lloyd Austin as the defense secretary. Austin is a retired four-star Army officer and the first African American to lead the Pentagon. We hope that he will do the right thing and not lead us into any more wars. We just can't have any more of those right now. We have spent too much money in foreign wars and not enough money on our own people in this country. Please tell me y'all agree with me, right? We have spent $2.4 trillion total on the Afghanistan war. And Mitch McConnell and his goons only wanted to spend less than $1 trillion on the stimulus package for the United States. Now, tell me, how does that math work, guys? Come on now. But please don't allow me to go down that rabbit hole again. It will never end. Just thought that I would mention that. In other news, the vaccine is becoming the major player in fighting the virus in America. As the cases continue to increase and more people are dying each day from the virus, it's hard to keep track of what's going on. But most economists and scientists like Dr. Fauci believes that getting majority of Americans vaccinated will help rapidly against the spread of the virus. As of today, there are more than 25 million virus cases being reported and almost 423,000 virus-related deaths in the United States. President Biden announced yesterday that we could very well see 500,000 deaths by next month. which is why the government is stressing how important it is for everyone to get the vaccine. And now the pressure from businesses and other companies continue to grow. Today, the CEO of United Airlines, Scott Kirby, came out and said that he wants to make it mandatory for all United employees to be vaccinated. Airline workers are considered essential employees and they can receive the vaccine before the general population. United has more than 60,000 employees and it is encouraging that they get the vaccine. The CEO is hopeful and encouraging other companies to make it mandatory as well. He actually came out today with a statement that was pretty touching. He said, "The worst thing that I believe I will ever do in my career is the letters that I have to write to surviving family members of coworkers that we have lost due to the virus. And so for me, because I have the confidence in the safety of the vaccine, and I recognize it's controversial, I think the right thing to do is for United Airlines and for other companies to require the vaccines and to make them mandatory." Well, perhaps the vaccine will save lives, but how does a CEO combat the issue that majority of Americans just don't feel safe taking the vaccine? How does a CEO deal with that? Do you fire those employees that are not willing to take the vaccine? Do you have them sign waivers? I mean, what? I've even asked you guys on this channel, and about 95% of you told me that you would not interested any means of taking the vaccine. So I could only imagine the amount of people in the US that are willing to take it. I reported to you that my mother-in-law has actually taken the vaccine and my sister-in-law has taken it as well. Obviously no issues or side effects with them, but it's not for everyone. And I understand that. If any of you watching this video and you would or you're interested in taking the vaccine, let me know down below in the comment section. Obviously if you're okay with telling the community as well. But overall, Kirby doesn't think that United Airlines can be the only company requiring vaccines. He said they need other companies to step up and join the fight to get as many people vaccinated in this country as possible. Kirby wants other companies to show leadership in the fight, specifically in healthcare. And then last week, I mentioned that companies are now offering vaccine cash bonuses to incentivize more people to take it. Companies like Instacart, Aldi Grocery Store, Dollar General, Trader Joe's, as well as hospitals and even nursing homes are offering cash incentives. And this is in line with the employees that work for these companies. They have the most exposure as they interact with thousands of customers on a daily basis. I don't think your corporate employees will be forced to get the vaccine, as most of them are able to work from home, like myself. So we have less exposure. And then on top of that, the argument about having a vaccine passport is entering into the equation. The groundwork is already being laid out. A United Kingdom cruise company announced that passengers must quarantine for 2 weeks before taking off on one of their cruises. Then some governments are allowing visitors to skip quarantine if they have already received the vaccine. But the question is, will these measures carry over into the United States? Will we need a vaccine passport prior to traveling internationally? Or would we have to quarantine for 2 weeks prior to interacting with others in other locations? That's the biggest question for now. The Biden administration has issued an order for an assessment of the international certifications of vaccinations that could eventually be recognized or reorganized by other nations requiring shots. So this could possibly happen here if we don't get the virus under control anytime soon. But as of right now, the government and tourism officials put out a statement. They said, at this present time, do not introduce requirements of proof of vaccination or immunity for international travel as a condition of entry, as there are still critical unknowns regarding the efficacy of vaccinations in reducing transmission and limited availability of the vaccine. Proof of vaccination should not exempt international travelers from complying with other travel risk reduction measures. So we will continue to follow this story to see where it all leads. Hopefully not far, as majority of people don't feel safe taking the vaccine, which means we may be forced to take a virus test within 72 hours of travel or quarantine for 2 weeks prior to our travel. I will keep you guys updated on further developments. Other than that, hey, that's all I have for you today. This has been your third Stimulus Check Update news. If you enjoyed any of this information or found it to be useful, be sure to hit the like button for me. It definitely helps out a lot and it tells YouTube to share this video with others. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for me so that you can be a part of this community, and hit the notification bell to be notified of each new video. Again, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.